Hey everybody, this is Dr. Nathan over at Body Balance Physical Therapy. I'm going to show you guys our wall angel progression. So we really utilize this for ability to move our shoulders a little bit more, but to also be able to coordinate our scapular movement or our stability of our shoulder blades with this. So what we're going to need is just one flat wall that we have some room that we can kind of reach out and do, not have pictures or anything like that on the wall. So our goal with this exercise is to be able to get our whole back, so from our rear end to our low back to our upper back to our head, to be up against the wall as I bring my arms up, get my elbows against the wall, my shoulders against the wall, and then my wrists, okay? So one of the main things I like to talk about with people is we don't want to arch our back. So sometimes it's like, yeah, I can get there as I really stick my rib cage out and arch my back, okay? So if that's the case, we're missing some mobility somewhere where we can help to diagnose some of that. But what we want to be able to do is press that down, keep that rib cage closed down, and reach those hands back. So if we can get here, that's fantastic. Our next move is to either reach up and come back down. We can try to come up over our head like we're making snow angels, coming our elbows all the way back down to our side as we keep that down, not arching my back as I do this. So either way is totally acceptable. Problem is it's really hard if you don't have shoulder mobility or you're coming to see us for some shoulder problems that we're not able to get into that position. So what we can do is a couple of different ways. My favorite way to be able to progress this exercise is start to push your hips out. And I know we talked about wanting to be able to get our hips up against the wall, but if we can't get our shoulders up there, that's really not going to do us any good. And so what we want to really focus on doing is try to push those hips away from the wall. Then this should be a heck of a lot easier, okay? So what we can do is we can hold here, and then we can start to drop our hips back to the wall until we feel like they want to start to come off. So this is a way that you can really start to work on some of that strength right here and trying to hold that as I come back down and relax. And we don't have to necessarily worry about reaching our hands up with this, because at some point as I come down, more than likely my hands are going to want to come up if I'm kind of doing this regression of the exercise. So still trying to keep my rib cage down. Nothing's going to change there. I'm just pressing my hips off the wall and letting them come back down and then back up. Back down and then back up. Always keeping that rib cage down. Then once we've mastered that, let's walk our feet back. Let's get into this position. And even if it's just starting to get here and pressing those hands up against the wall and learning how to coordinate this movement, and then once we can get there, we can start to reach our arms up, come back down, up, back down, or we can come touch our fingertips up over our head. So we're going to really get a good burn in through our shoulders, in between our shoulder blades, and that's one thing we really want to focus on is keeping those scapula set down and back, or those shoulder blades kind of pulled down away from our earlobes and pulled back. It's going to feel like they're in a really good pocket there. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. This is a very difficult exercise, something that I feel that everybody should be able to do. And if we're not able to do this, we probably have some issues that we need to be able to address, or else there's a good chance that we can start to have some shoulder pain with all this. So give us a call if you have any questions. Come in and see us. We're here to help.